Okay. All right. So you went through the Arc de Triomphe, the imitation one.
Is that thing on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me put the date on there. All right, this is May 2015, May the 25th, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So, look what's recording and talking about military stuff. Well, I got drafted 17 weeks infantry basic training. Me and another apprentice boy got drafted at the same time, so we went down there in Blanding, Florida. You're standing in front of it.
No, it's right here.
Oh.
I moved it.
So me and another apprentice boy, we went down to Camp Landing, Florida. 17 weeks of infantry basic training. I was in the 1st Platoon, 2nd Squad. And each squad had about 7 or 8 guys in there. Being as I was the smallest one, they gave me the BAR to take out the field all the time. Every time we had a problem or anything like that.
Yeah.
When I say problem, not a problem, but
Just a training exercise, or
exercise, you know.
yeah. Were they teaching you maneuvers of how to fight the enemy type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a problem one time where we was all strung across the thing, across the front over there, and the cadre, who's one of the trainers who trains us, he comes down the line and says, okay, cease firing, cease firing. Along about that time, 2 shells tried to get in the chamber at the same time. And the only way you get rid of them, you had to pull back on the breech and spit one of them out and turn it loose. And the breech would go forward and shoot the other shell. Along about that time, here come the damn cadre right in front of me, just as that damn thing went off. Man, he looked at me and I looked at him. I thought sure I'd try.
Yeah.
He didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing either. Well, then after 17 weeks, two guys come through there looking for volunteers, one for the Air Force and one for the paratroopers. But me and this line, Richard Line, we decided after the war, you know, airplanes would be the thing, airplane engines and stuff like that. So we decided to sign up for the Air Force. And we had 2 guys that fucked up. Every time they went to town, they got drunk and got put in jail or this, that, and the other. They decided to get in the paratroopers. So when we finally got on a troop ship held about 3,500 guys on there. And they were the only one from my old outfit that had signed up. Me and Alliance for the Air Force and these 2 guys for the paratroopers. I was in hole number 2. Had 5 holes. They were feeding the first hole when the damn galley caught on fire. Everybody had to get up on the damn deck with the life preserver on and all that shit like that. Jam boats coming in from all over the place, you know, in case we had to evacuate abandoned ship or whatever. And it wasn't till late afternoon before they got that fire out and got it all cleaned up and started cooking again. And we didn't, hole number, well, they had to finish feeding hole number 1, and we had to feed, start on hole number 2, which was the hole I was in.
Yeah.
And that night, went to bed. I could feel the boat going up and down like this, the bow,
Uh-huh.
in the bow. And every now and then I could hear the bottom plates, the bottom of the boat hitting the water.
Smack the water. Yeah.
Smacking the water, you know. I said, Dad, it must be rough out there.
This is in the middle of the Atlantic?
No, we're just outside of New York Harbor,
Oh, okay.
out in the ocean.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me because, you know, I was raised on the water downtown and everything.
Yeah.
I've been on the water a long time.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me. I said, well, in the middle of the night, I decided I'd go up and take a piss. I had to get up on the upper deck between hole number 1 and number 2.
Uh-huh.
You go take a leak. I got up, man. God, they were lined up about 3 deep. They were pissing and sitting and puking all over the floor. The only thing I could do is just go ahead and piss on the floor and go back to sleep. Oh, but that place was a smelly place.
Yeah.
What was cleaning up the kitchen and everything, and cleaning up the head. We didn't get much done that day.
Uh-huh.
It took us about 5 days to get across there. We landed at Le Havre, France. And they had a great big wall built around Le Havre, France, except for empty space there that the boats could go through there.
Uh-huh.
Once we got through there, you could see these big freighters of cargo ships and everything had been bombed and sunk. About 4 or 5 of them had run aground. They got us up off of there, put us in cattle cars. And we wound up on the top of a hill. They named all the camps up there different cigarettes. And we was in camp of Herbert Tarrington. And the squad tent. Squad tent is just nothing more than a big canvas tent
Uh-huh.
that had held like 7 or 8 guys in there,
Yeah.
cots. And one coal stove. They had one bucket of coal in there. That was it. That was all we had as far as heat, 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
So everybody was out scrounging around, you know, tearing up some of these old squad tents. There wasn't nobody living in, getting firewood and everything.
Yeah.
We was in there about 2-3 days. Then we got on a cattle car, went across France. And this cattle car was a coal burner.
Mm-hmm.
Coal burner had to get water in there every now and then. So we loaded up the cattle car. The cattle cars we had was what they had during World War One. What was it? 40 men and 8 horses.
Uh-huh.
They call them 40 by 8s. Well, we didn't have no 40. We didn't have no 8 horses. All we had was about we had about 40 guys in each one of those
Yeah.
cattle cars. The third day out, we was underway, and that, you know, that old railroad was going this way and that way, and everything. And it was nice and sunny. At nighttime it got cold. And one of the guys was sitting on the edge of the cattle car
Uh-huh.
with the door open. Well, the thing got swayed so bad that he fell out.
Oh, no.
And the damn train kept going. What the hell we do now? We tried to holler, you know, to the car in front of us. Finally got the message up to the locomotive.
Uh-huh.
That's where the officials were in charge of the train. The train finally stopped. And I don't know, I guess they were just milling around what the hell to do. And After he was up there about 2 hours, he look way down the track down there, and here comes a bicycle. Two guys on it. Man, they were pumping like hell. This army guy had got a hold of this Frenchman.
Oh yeah.
And persuaded this Frenchman to, go down the track to try to find us.
Yeah.
Well, they found us. Man, everybody was so happy to see him. They got cases of K rations and stuff like that. Just dumped it out there for him.
For the French guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess he probably hit it and got his crew up there to take it all back.
Yeah.
But after that, everybody was a little more cautious about sitting down there. The thing. And after about 4 or 5 days, we were at a place called Fürstenfeldbruck, which was a great big German Air Force base. That's where they launched the German fighter pilots to go against the bombers, American bombers and everything. And they cautioned everybody, said, don't walk around because we have in mind this thing here to see how many mines they got.
Oh, wow.
Booby traps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nobody went nowhere. But that was that episode.
Yeah.
And we stayed there until they shipped us out to different outfits all over Germany. That was a trip.
Wow.
First we had that fire. Then we had the people puking all over the place.
So that was what you said about.
We lost that guy. Lost that one guy. Out of the train.
Out of the train.
Yes.
And that was all about 6 weeks period there.
Huh?
You said that was about 6 weeks. What, 2 months period from you leaving New York to.
So I got over there.
Till you got to the Air Force, the German Air Force airport.
I guess it was about 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay. How old were you?
When we was on that train, the train had to stop about every hour or so.
Yeah. How old were you?
Coal up and water up.
Uh-huh.
That was one of those old-fashioned trains.
Yeah. How old were you at this point?
I was about 18.
18? Yeah. What was your rank? Or
Private.
just private? Because you were just.
Everybody was private back in those days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I left Germany, I was a puck sergeant. Three up and one down.
Uh-huh. The German helmet that you gave me that has on the side the French occupied colors on it, was that something you picked up in France, or were you in Germany when you found
it? In Germany?
Yeah.
I got a hold of the German helmet and everything, and I had the German to paint it on there.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm going to pause this for a second.